a very nice tradition to have for Christmas. It's something that you can't really buy in a shop. And even the men like it. The recipe of this could have passed down from some, I wouldn't know going back, you know, a long way back, but I'm going back to my mother.
It wasn't so bad in the beginning when we were only making one cake, but as we were making more and more cakes, the shopping became difficult because only the best ingredients could go into this pudding. And so off she'd take herself to town and she'd come home absolutely loaded. I don't know how she did it. As long as Molly has lived here with me, the cake or cakes have been made religiously every Christmas. Never missed, and as far as I can tell, they won't ever be missed until we're both gone. The cake is Molly's domain. I am just the helper. I do my best, and I do as I'm told, and everything works out pretty well, but that's her achievement.
This is a story about our grandma, Jessie Brereton. She came to live in this house over 60 years ago when she married our grandpa, Tom Brereton.
And this is Tom's younger sister, our great auntie Molly. She moved in not long after Tom's marriage. She brought with her the family cake recipe, which as children, we helped make and bake.
We've always tried to figure out how two women, so different, could share the same kitchen.
Especially after their favourite man, Tom, died and left them to each other.
Molly, if Grandma hadn't married your brother Tom, would she be a friend of yours?
Doubt it.
We always used to say that Molly put the brandy in it by guess and by God, because she would put a little in. I think I'll add just a little more. Just a little more, and you never really were quite sure when she was going to stop.
So there's plenty down there, plenty.
Tom helped with the cake. No, he didn't help with the cake. I mean, he wasn't expected to help with the cake. I mean, after all, that's what wives were for the household jobs. And he was the last of the old breed. I married Tom because I was in love with him. I mean, that's the whole thing in a nutshell. But, you know, I scattered a lot before I was married. I was in this and that and every other damn thing, whereas Molly was always with her mother, and she didn't make friends easily, so how would she meet anybody to marry?
Why should I be married? Why should I? Why should anybody think and look at me and say, well, no matter what's the matter with her that she didn't get married? Perhaps he went to the war, perhaps he was shot, perhaps he was young. They're all mystical, they're nothing. I haven't really missed anybody because I haven't been attached to anybody. You have to be a mighty, mighty attractive person to attract me. We always had Tom. It didn't matter what happened, he was always there, always ready to come and do things. And Tom was me, was family. I had a very sick mother, but was a charming, lovely person, and I loved her passionately. I nursed her till we lost her. It was only Tom and myself, only two of us. And he was that much older, 5 years older than me. So he was old enough to be doing things and then I grew up. It was no fun. I never ever went anywhere. She was the same, my own mother was the same. Grandma was the wealthy one, and she wouldn't let her family, my mother or Auntie Hildred, go overseas because she was frightened of the water. They never ever went, and they had plenty of money to do everything.
I met Tom at the end of 1928, December. I had a girlfriend, an old school friend who lived at Neutral Bay and who moved to Bondi. Anyway, came this particular night and she said, oh, let's go down and have a walk up the prom. Well, everybody did that in those days. It's different to what it is now. And down we went, and I had a new frock on and a hat that I made myself, and it was a green one. Anyhow, as we were walking along, I heard a voice singing, in your green hat, you're wonderful, the best dressed girl in town. And then two boys came one each side, and Tom went Edna's side and Bob went mine. I'd like a milkshake. And so off we went and had a milkshake together and all the rest of it, and got the tram. And I thought, God, I wish he'd have come on my side, you know, instead of where he did. And he sort of wished the same thing, actually. Then I went camping up on the Georges River for 3 weeks. And he went west, Wellington, and he did write me a letter that I got at the camp. And then when he came back, I had my 21st birthday. Not with Tom, I was out with another boy for that. That was the beginning of our friendship, and then after that, you know, there wasn't anybody else. Anyhow, we were married, and we had the 5 kids after that. Tom and I had a particularly happy marriage. We were a good pair. He could depend on me, and I could depend on him.